Hi, we're Owen, Lynn, and Maggie of Van Trekking Lifestyle. Before this pandemic set in, you would have found us out on the road in our van. In fact, this time last year, we were celebrating with friends in Dawson City as we traveled to Alaska. Now things are different. We're still traveling, but staying closer to home, taking shorter camping trips, and using the van for day trips, like this week. If you're new to our channel, or you've been here for the entire ride, we're glad you're here. Now on to this week's episode.
Good morning. It's a little early.
It is. It's a little early. We got up early this morning to go spend the day in the van, and we're going back to Grayson Highlands, but this time specifically to see if we can hike out on the Appalachian Trail and get to see the wild ponies. Should be a fun time. We're going to take you guys along with us. This is our fun thing to do this week.
Giddy up!
A hard time getting you up this morning.
You did have a hard time getting me up.
This has the potential to be a 12 to 14 mile hike up a very, very steep mountain. So we're leaving Maggie at home.
Yeah.
That's
It's kind of sad
sad.
being in the van without her.
I know she's usually right here.
I know what, so.
Okay, here we go. Enough
It might
talking.
be hot. It might be a long time.
She's the smartest one in the family right now, I
She didn't even
believe.
want to go. I think
She
she knew.
decided towards Mount Rocky and Appalachian Trail.
I'm not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. Oh, no, I don't wanna be less than I can be. I want it fall to wash me. The wicked drowning water, let go wicked one. You wicked drowning water. I wanna be less than I can be. Waterfall to wash me, cleanse me. The wicked drowning water, let go wicked one. The wicked drowning water.
What do you see?
Beautiful area up here.
Mountains. Quite the hill to.
It was pretty much up here.
It's starting to rain a little bit.
Hey everyone, YouTube channel is Be Still on the Trail. I'm on my way to Mount Katahdin.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Just past the 500 mile mark
Just
you just
past
told us?
500 miles.
And you're
And my wife and daughter are right up the trail. They met me yesterday and did a little
how
hiking
many
with them.
nights have you been on the trail so far for 500 miles?
Started, today's my 35th day.
Wow.
And
So-
if
and
you
I'm
don't mind asking, how old are you?
59.
Do you feel safe doing it?
I do.
You do?
I've had 3 bear sightings.
Yeah. You're in great shape, but you're a little guy to be wrestling bears.
I am a little guy. I don't know what I would have done if that bear didn't run. I don't know what got into me, but I chased them. And
So, do you feel safe with people? Have you had any?
no,
Have you had any instances happen with people that you?
no bad. Actually, it's been tremendous. I have compression socks on.
Yeah.
I've gotten shin splints first time in my life.
Yeah.
I thought it might. It was slowing me down, and I thought it might stop me going no-bow the whole way. You know, I got to start putting in 20-mile days now.
Oh wow, boy.
And I got coming down from Hump Mountain, I meet some young people and start talking to them. I told them shin splints. Well, the young girl says to me, young girl, she's probably in her 30s.
I understand that.
She says,
we resemble that.
She says to me, oh, I have chronic shin splints, and she had a compression sleeve on her leg.
Yeah.
And we talked about that for a little bit. Next thing you know, she's reaching into her backpack,
No way.
pulls out a brand new pair of compression socks,
No way.
and gives them to me.
Really.
And I said, no, you can't do that. She goes, no, I want you to have them. I
Best
go, let me
people
buy them.
when you're out here. What an inspiration. Someone 59 years old doing the entire trail, a through hike. Here we're going through another gate here. A spring gate. This is awesome here. Something tells me a hike on the Appalachian Trail, a through hike, is in the cards for us. Lynn really wants to do that. The problem is I'm a fat old man. I doubt I would be a fat old man by the time I finish though. Wow.
Beautiful.
We've hiked up into the clouds. Man.
We're still on the Appalachian Trail. Probably will be for a while, but it's awesome. We have a lot of nice people walking and hiking through, and it's been awesome. It's beautiful up here.
See, temperature-wise, 71 degrees, 50% chance of rain. We're now at 11:30. One of the things I've noticed, if you want to get away from people, hike 2 or 3 or 3.5 miles up the side of a mountain. And other than other people that are in really good shape that are hiking through the AT, you're not going to meet anybody. That's an awesome thing. It just keeps going up, up, up. Just came from. We made it about 2/3 of the way up this mountain. Now we're going to head back over my shoulders that way. Ready?
Me? I'm ready.
No, that lady behind
Let's go over here and see what the road is. This is a horse trail, though, is it?
I don't think so. There's some right in front of you, sweetheart.
What, ponies?
There's one right in front of you.
Ponies?
So we've actually found a few of the wild ponies, and we're trying to maneuver around to get a better view of them. Well, it was a heck of a hike to get up here, but it was worth it. Just
Oh man. I mean, even if we hadn't have seen the ponies, the trail is awesome.
yeah, it is.
And the people we met have been awesome, but the ponies is kind of like the icing on the cake, and that is the reason why we come up here, is to see the ponies.
That's the sweetest little mom, and a little foal right there. And then just down the little mountainside a little bit, they're taking naps.
About 4 or
sitting
5
around
other
eating
ones.
fresh grass. It is the stuff, isn't it?
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh man, that's
Perfect
it.
day. It's kind of raining, overcast, but it feels good. Feels good out.
Grayson Highlands State Park in Virginia on the Appalachian Trail. That's where we are today. Man, that's just awesome. The little foal just laid down right behind us there. It's going to take a nap right beside of us. I don't know that it can get any better.
It can't.
So this has been a beautiful hike for us. We're up in the middle of the clouds. It's been pretty strenuous coming back down.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot harder coming down than it is going up.
Yes. But we wanted to say that our purpose for coming today was to see wild ponies and to get as close as we could. And if you'll stick around to the end of this video, our look at nature today is going to be our time up here in Grayson Highlands State Park with those wild ponies. Stick around and watch it. It's worth it. So we just got right back down to the base area. We hiked 4 miles up to where we thought the ponies would be. And we did see them, they were beautiful. But then look, I'll turn this around, look at what we see now. That's an awesome sight.
It's our van, lunch. Yay, we made it.
Well, it feels good to get back to the van, doesn't it?
does.
It's one of the best things about having a van.
Was it to use a bathroom?
Cool it off, get something to drink,
Have a picnic in a little bit.
go eat. When we first got here, there were maybe only 3 or 4 cars, and now you can see lots of folks here. Lunch on the side of a mountain, leftovers. Here's what the side of the mountain looks like. We'll go out there and sit down. For dessert.
Watermelon.
Griddle me this. Can you make pizza on a griddle? Heck yeah, it's delicious. Well, look what I have. We decided we need another Blackstone. We need 2 burners so I can have 2 different temperature settings. And the van has its own Blackstone now. I don't have to move the Blackstone griddle from the van over to the house. We finally are committed to using just the griddle. So today, after that wonderful hike up to Mount Rogers and seeing the ponies and everything we've done, we're gonna have something special on the griddle. We're gonna have BBQ Chicken Pizza on this brand new griddle. Oh, baby. Several of you asked me to give you recipes when I cook. I'll try to do that. 1 chicken breast, pound it out thin like we always do when we're putting it on the griddle. And it's not going to take very long for this to cook. You're probably looking at about a minute per side, and this will be ready to cut up into small pieces. A little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's all we're putting on this. And later we're going to add a little barbecue sauce. I'm going to close this up and let that baby cook for a few minutes. It's been about 45 seconds. Look at this. I'm telling you, it doesn't take long at all. I'm going to put a little bit more oil on top. The more you use your griddle, the less you'll have to do that. So we did season this, which means we heated it up as hot as it would go, put oil on it and let it cool off, wipe the oil off, heated it up as hot as it would go, put oil on it, wipe the oil off, and did that 3 times. And I'll probably do that at least once or twice every time I cook for the next week or so. And then all you got to do is like we've been doing, put oil on it before you cook and you're ready to go. You need to put a little salt and pepper on this side. I'm going to move this over to this side of the griddle. Okay, you're just going to cut it up into the small enough chunks the way you like to eat it on the pizza. So at this point, we're going to rake all this over, get it in the corner. Bob's your uncle on that. Drop on some chopped up onions and garlic. We like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. So we're going to slap some of that on here. Now it's time to build the pizzas. We're going to throw a couple of tortillas down, and they're going to stay for just a second or two. They're not going to stay very long at all. We're going to take it, flip it over. We're going to spread that around. A little barbecue chicken. That's looking better than a tax refund. All right, take a little bit of onion. Now a little stuff to make it pretty. Boy, close this down. Turn this up just a little bit.
Melt that cheese.
Melt that cheese. Cheese is melted. We're going to drizzle a little bit more barbecue sauce over the top of this. And that's ready for me to cut up.
Is that good? Thin crust pizza.
Yeah, we're just doing it the easy way, just like we would do if we were out camping somewhere, which we're hoping to do again in a week or so.
Is it good?
It's what a great first meal on the new 22-inch Blackstone griddle. Join us next week. We'll do another griddle. We'll either be out on the road in the van with the 17-inch griddle, or we'll be here in our front yard cooking here on our 22-inch Blackstone griddle. If you cook something with it, send us a picture. Until next week, griddle me this. Can you make pizza on a griddle? Heck yeah, it's delicious. I gotta quit talking and start eating. Thank you guys for liking this part of our episodes. It's made us get out and cook a lot more. It's helped us to cook together a lot more, and hopefully we've encouraged you guys to do the same thing. And I know we have, because so many of you have sent us pictures of the things you've griddled out on your own griddles. You wouldn't believe the number of people who have sent us messages and said, okay, I bought a griddle finally. We have Becky and Donnie that every time we put something out, Sunday evening, Becky sends us a text message with a picture of what she cooked that night. And it always looks better than what I cook, so maybe she should have her own TV show instead. But we really appreciate you guys a bunch. So if you didn't know, each week we try to answer just a few questions from our viewers. This week, Alan Crum asked, where do you store your fishing rods? That looks like an awesome setup. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for the question, Alan, and thanks for the encouragement. Right now, we have 3 fishing rods in the van. The first one is a 6-foot 2-piece rod that I have set up for fishing for redfish and snook when we're around bayous. Right now, we're not around bayous very much, but hopefully we will be soon. That one rides up in the Thule, along with a little bitty tackle box that's set up for that kind of fishing. The second rod that I love is a micro 2-foot spinning reel that I have set up for live bait. I look a little bit like Huck Finn when I'm sitting out using that one, and I may use it later today. That one's so small that it fits behind the clothes in the cabinet that I use to store my clothes when we're rolling. The third rod is the one that you saw in last week's video. It's an 8-foot 4-piece fly rod that I bought from Amazon, and I have the link in our store. It's an awesome little setup. It's micro and it's a complete kit. Sometimes when things break down like that and store in a small space, you have to give up something. But so far, that rod seems to be very sensitive and it seems to work out well. Right now, we're storing that above the cab because we're doing quite a bit of fishing because we seem to be heading towards lakes. When things cool off and we're not doing that, that one will also ride up in the Thule. Thanks a lot for this question. It's a question that's dear to my heart because if you know me, you know I love to fish. And anytime I can, I'm going to get out and try to do that. We appreciate you letting us know that you think it's a pretty cool setup. Keep the questions coming. The next question this week is from Ronald Simmons. He asked about storing our kayaks in the carrier with the hull down. If water got in there, if it would be better to turn them over. Well, Ronald, that's a great question, and it's something we've wrestled with. Those Malone saddles are made for the kayak to ride with the hull down. The hull is the strongest part of the kayak, so from that perspective, I think it's a really good way for it to ride. And I've had some really heavy kayaks in the past, and that's always been the way that I've loaded them up on whatever I was carrying them with. The problem we do have, though, is that with it riding with the hull down, rain and debris gets inside the kayak when we're storing it and also when we're rolling down the road. So to solve that, we bought 2 covers that fit on the kayaks whenever we're finished with them. They slip right on, they protect it, and then the next time we want to go get in the van and hook up to the trailer and go to the water, the kayaks are just like new because we just take those covers off, put them inside the trailer when we're out on the water, come back from the water, grab them out of the trailer, put them back on the kayak, and everything's cool. So hopefully those are going to work out well. It also has the advantage that when we're camping for multiple days, like we did at the lake on this last week's video that you saw the kayaks, well, when you're doing that, leaves and dirt and debris and animals and all kind of things get inside the kayaks. So those little snap-on covers that we have should keep most of that debris and water out of there, and the seats should stay dry. I can't tell you how many times I went out to start a day last week with a wet bottom. That sounds bad, doesn't it? with my pants wet because the seat was wet. I grabbed a towel, and that's how I ended up solving that situation. But these little covers, they should solve it in the future. Thanks a lot for the question. Great minds must think alike because we've been trying to solve that issue for a couple weeks now, and I think we have it solved, but we'll let you know as the days come. John Lubbock said, what you see in life mainly depends upon what you look for.
In this week's Look at Nature, we're going to share with you the time we spent with the wild ponies in Grayson Highlands State Park.
Enjoy.